When he asked me to do this show, I just said, well, if there's anything I can do to help spread the cheer, you know. Remember this time last year, big row in my household, had the Grand Theft Auto row. My teenage sons. Oh, why can't I have Grand Theft Auto? Because it's inappropriate, it's horrible, violent, misogynist, going, oh, please, you're going to ruin Christmas if I can't have it. I am not buying you that game. I am not buying it for Christmas. It's a violent game. It's not fun when you could run people over for extra points and shoot people just for fun. But all my mates have got it. You don't understand. It went on and on and on. And in the end, they gave up and bought it for me. But it was, you know... Christmas shopping. Those are the words I really dread with Christmas shopping. Is it a gift? No, I wear nighties. Don't give it here, I'll wear it out of the shop now. Remember one year, the must-have present, my kids were after it, and they were desperate for it. What the hell are they called? Those things you have to pet them and look after them and feed them and stroke them and love them. And if you leave them alone, then they start pining for you. And if you neglect them for too long, they stop working altogether. Guinea pigs, that's it, guinea pigs. Yeah, that was a bit of a sour bomb. Came back from my New Year's holiday, just wasn't working at all. Tried new batteries, everything. You know what I did this year? This is a great tip. You might want to do this. I've attached a shredder to my front door. All the Christmas cards just go straight in there. Postman comes up, he says, what is that? No, don't worry, just keep doing it. Because you don't want the... Oh, what a hassle, aren't they? The Christmas cards, you've got to open them and read them and see who they're from, and... You got to find somewhere to put it on a mantelpiece, and you know, line them up, and then some idiot opens the door too quickly. They all go. Oh, that's it. Christmas ruined. Look at that. I've got to do that again now, you idiot. Better than the E-card. You get that? You open up an email, there's an E-card. That's the card that says I care, isn't it? Yeah. I care that much. Or worse, people now, they're putting glitter and tinsel and stuff inside the card. So you open it up all innocently. Who's this? Oh, for Christ's sake. Hiya, what are you doing this year? Well, I'm hoovering now, aren't I? You know, these people who claim their pets, give them presents as well, that's pretty hard to take, isn't it? We had a lovely Christmas, and Tabby bought me this lovely mug with world's best cat owner written on it. Did he? Your cat bought you a present? You sure about that? The cat got his little wallet, went out, got on the bus, went to the shops. No thanks, just browsing. Just have one of those mugs with world's... Because I can read as well, I'm on those cats. So I suggest it wasn't really a present from the cat, unless it's a robin with its innards sucked out.
Christmas? Anybody else get rubbish presents? How tight is this? How tight is this? One year my parents got me hide and seek for Christmas. That's taking the mick, isn't it? You can't give somebody hide and seek. It's just an idea that's been around for hundreds of years. You can't do that. My mother, it's the thought that counts. Well, I've got a thought, Mum. You're going to a home. How about that? I always seem to get the rubbish. I give people good things. It's not that problem of, you know, I give people good... I gave my girlfriend an iPad. Do you know what she gave me? She gave me a toothbrush. Firstly, a cheeky cow. It's like giving somebody deodorant. This is... I wouldn't have minded an ordinary toothbrush. This is the monstrosity she got me. I said to her, how much did you spend on this? She said, oh, it was on sale, Rod. It was really cheap. It was only $179.99. I said, oh, well, a toothbrush for under 200 quid certainly sounds like a bargain, love. You certainly saved us a few quid there with your bargain hunting, haven't you? Toothbrush for under 200 quid? My God. She said, but it is a bargain. Look, it's awesome. It's the best you can get. It's got rechargeable brush, it's got 5 brushing modes, it's got a computer. She said, look, it's got an onboard computer. I said, well, that's different if it's got a computer on it, because at the moment I'm using a separate toothbrush and laptop. It's pretty straightforward to get everything onto the toothbrush, is it? Oh, she said, what do you mean? I said, well, just put it all on a USB stick and copy it onto the toothbrush. Is that She said, I don't think it's a computer in that way. I said, well, I mainly do word processing. Has it got Word or Office? She said, no. I said, well, what about the internet? Can I go online, check my email? She said, no, I don't think so. I said, well, has it got Bluetooth? Has it got a DVD drive? How many USB ports has it got? Has it got GarageBand? Has it got iTunes? She said, no, it doesn't do any of that. I said, well, would you mind telling me, for the love of God, for $179.99, what this toothbrush computer does? You know what she said? She said, it tells you how many times you've used the toothbrush. It tells you how many times you've used the toothbrush. I said, well, at last I can stop taking an abacus into the bathroom. No longer do I have to scratch 5-bar gates into the bathroom walls. At last I can throw out all that paper tooth-cleaning records I've been keeping. Am I missing something here? Why do you want to know how many times you've used your toothbrush? She said it's so you know when to buy a new toothbrush. I said, I know. Maybe I'm unusually gifted. Call me the toothbrush whisperer, but I know when to buy a new toothbrush. I buy a new one when the one I'm using starts looking less like Ken Barlow and more like Ken Dodler. That's why I know it. I know. She said, but it's got a timer on it. I said, oh, well, I take it all back. If it's got a timer on it, that changes everything. Only this morning I fancied a boiled egg, but I didn't have a toothbrush handy to time it on. I tried timing it on a loofah, but the yolk was still running out. She said, you don't understand, with a timer, it knows how long you've been brushing your teeth. I said, so do I again, I know. I was there when I started. I kicked off the whole toothbrushing thing a few minutes. What's the worst that can happen if I forget when I started brushing my teeth? I lose track of time and plough on into the night, brushing through the following day and the day after day, relentless. 2 weeks later, my neighbours have started to worry because they haven't seen me for a fortnight. And there's a weird froth bubbling out of the bathroom window. The froth comes out of the bathroom window into the street. Drivers are abandoning their vehicles because the visibility is reduced to a couple of feet. There's disoriented, foam-covered drivers staggering helplessly, the eyes burning with peppermint. Search and rescue helicopters whir overhead as news teams from around the globe arrive on my doorstep. Eventually, riot police break down my door to find me in a foam-filled bathroom in blood-soaked pyjamas, still brushing a toothless, gummy, gaping hole where my face used to be, like some kind of minty Daniela Westbrook.
Thank you. So here it is. Merry Christmas. Yes.
But sometimes I think it'd be good to have Christmas every 2 years, just so Noddy Holder finally has to dip into his savings. Yeah. Do you know that Madonna doesn't celebrate Christmas? Well, she doesn't celebrate Christmas because she follows the Kabbalah, which is a religion that even Scientologists think is bollocks. But I think it's amazing. She doesn't find... I mean, she named herself Madonna, didn't she? She chose that name, Madonna, after Mary, the mother of Jesus, and she doesn't celebrate Christmas. It's a bit like finding out Captain Birdseye doesn't like fish. Mr. Whippy's lactose intolerant. Well, she'd be brilliant at Christmas, wouldn't she, Madonna, with those arms? Be a brilliant nutcracker, wouldn't she? Any more nuts? Any more nuts? She's so strong, isn't she? I always think having sex with Madonna would be a bit like being wheel clamped, wouldn't it? Like... have to phone a special number to get released. Of course, this is a time of year we should think about people for whom Christmas isn't a time of joy, celebration and happiness. People like my wife, for example. I'm always getting it wrong. One year I said, what do you want? She said, surprise me. So I phoned her from Morocco. I read something the other day, this is true apparently, 90% of the toys that will be bought this Christmas are made in China. 90% of them. Which makes the Chinese, technically, elves, doesn't it? They're elves. Whether they like it or not, you're elves. I'm sorry, but you're elves, you know? And when you think slowly the Chinese are taking over the world, maybe Lord of the Rings isn't such a load of old tosh. There might be something in it. This year I've asked for 400 packets of pork scratchings. I'm not going to eat them. My theory is that basically it's the outside of a pig. Pork scratchings are a pig jigsaw, aren't they? And if you get 400 packets from the same bag, you can build a pig. You know, the whole family can join in. Because the thing I worry about most at this time of year is my six-pack. I worry a lot about my six-pack. What are you laughing at? I've got a six-pack. I've got a six-pack. Trouble is, mine's in my forehead. Look, look at that. That's bad, isn't it, that? If you can't see up the back there, basically, I make Gordon Ramsay look like Hannah Montana. Look at it. How did my face get like this? Sometimes I look at... I say, what have I seen to pull this expression so much in my life? What have I seen? The only explanation for a face like this was if I had amnesia and I drove a ghost train. I'm sure there's a reason for every single one, like that one there. That's when the council changed the bin collection day. This deep one here, there's a deep one here. That's caused by man's inhumanity to man. Oh, the human race is capable of some terrible things. And this one's when they changed GIF to SIF.
Today, Christmas Day, is a special day, which means it's not normal. I am not usually allowed to sit in this box and address the nation because I am not yet Queen. But this is all fine because I doubt things are normal where you are either. You're probably surrounded by family, the ones you love, and the other ones. Look around you now at the ones you love. Now look at the other ones. That should give you something to talk about. So things aren't normal at the moment because of Christmas. A religio retail festival like none other. Its rivals just last for a day. You get a red rose, pancake, pumpkin, firework or poppy and have a bloody good time. But for Christmas, everything changes completely for a whole month. It's as alien as if we'd suddenly become Germany. But it's not Germany, it's Christmas land. So instead of sausages and genocidal guilt, we get mulled wine and indoor trees. They're an odd bunch, the people of Christmas land. While our popular music tends to centre around empty clichés of love, theirs centres around empty clichés of goodwill and is much more likely to mention reindeer, an animal with which the people of Christmas land are obsessed, for reasons which still baffle anthropologists. Their best guess is that the thing about reindeer that the people of Christmas land most admire is that they can fly. What remains unclear is why, when selecting an animal to admire for its powers of flight, they didn't settle on one that could actually fly. Like a robin. They're very fond of the robin, but invariably portray it standing still. Nothing is more artistic to the people of Christmas land than a painting of a reindeer flying over a static robin. They send these pictures to each other on little pieces of card. They look at them and they think, ah, yes, a typical scene. So clearly, Christmas land faces educational challenges. And that's probably because no one ever goes to school. And they hardly go to work. If they do, they simply drink heavily and try to cop off with each other. But it's not all good news. Christmas land has a dark side. Once steamed up on eggnog, they can be warlike people. If you're seen eating a salad rather than a heavy fruitcake wrapped in disgusting marzipan, you may find yourself rebuked with the phrase, "That's not very Christmassy," which gives a troubling glimpse into their nationalistic fervour. But all in all, I enjoy my annual holiday in Christmas land and feel that we have something to learn from these generous, musical, family-orientated, lazy, argumentative, obese, alcoholic and reindeer-obsessed people. And they're certainly a lot nicer than their neighbours, the tedious, puritanical, impecunious, miserable people of January land, who bang on endlessly about their failed diets while shaking with nicotine withdrawal. Good luck getting a present out of those bastards. Merry Christmas.
It's Christmas! Oh yeah, Christmas, all happening now, innit? All happening. Oh, the women, you can see they get that sort of organisational look in their eye. They're just completely obsessed with planning. I've got to get ready. I've got so much to think about. It happens, I think, at the final firework on fireworks night, when you have the finale, and the smoke clears and you see all the women going, Christmas. Got to start getting ready for Christmas now. Christmas is coming. Don't talk to me. I'm thinking, I'm planning. There's so much to do, darling. Men do the tree. I love getting my tree and putting my tree up in my house. Come, darling, see the tree I chose. Big, bushy tree. And then you decorate it. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? And one of the main things you have to do when decorating a tree, as we all know, is you have to make sure that the plug is right at the back and the wire so you can't see it, so it doesn't ruin the aesthetic. The problem with this, of course, is that every night you leave it on because it looks so lovely, then you're halfway up the stairs and you stop. And you think, there could be a fire. Which means that literally every night of December, before bed, I'm downstairs, under the tree. Darling, can you help me? I can't reach the button. I tell you what, December, prime time for sellotape and scissors. That's when these two really come into their own, isn't it? By the way, everyone in this room has sellotape and scissors, and you think you know where they are. They're probably not there, because they're always on the move. You're sitting there going, I actually know where my sellotape and scissors are, but no, not when you want them, not when you bloody want them. When we opening the drawer, I thought they were, who's moved the scissors? They move on their own, the scissors. They're crafty little bastards. And the sellotape, as soon as you leave the sellotape unattended, it will wind itself up when you're not looking. Days on end of December are spent with me just looking round the tape. How could this have happened? Surely soon I will find a way in. And look at your watch. I think I've been here now for 3 days. And then you find it. Finally, I'm in. And you get some kind of weird backward triangle bit. I'm not in. I thought I was in, but I'm not in. Sometimes you give up. I'm not going to look for the scissors anymore. I'm going to buy new scissors. I don't care. I don't need to spend my whole life looking for scissors. I'm going to get new scissors. You think you've won. You think you've won, don't you? You get your new scissors. I've got some new scissors. Forget the old scissors. I'm not going to spend my whole life looking for those babies. Here's my new scissors. Then you realise that the scissors come in a plastic packaging that closely covers the scissors. And you can't get in unless you have scissors. The very thing you need is staring at you through the plastic window. And they look at you, don't they? Find a way in, dickhead. You can't, can you? Go on, find your old scissors. You thought you'd won. You haven't won. We've won. The scissors have won. Most people use the scissors in the classic scissor way, don't they? They cut. You know how to use scissors. You get the paper, you see how much you might need, then you start cutting like that. That's how people cut. But there are some people amongst us, gifted, special people. The gliders. These people are amazing, hidden within normal society. Some can even do the ribbon thing. Most of us, we're not gifted in this way. But every single year, each and every non-gifted glider attempts the glide. Make sure that nobody is looking. We try and do something we've seen other people do. I think you probably just push it there. I've ruined the paper. It was supposed to go but it went... I will save my next attempt for next year. It's for the kids, isn't it, Christmas? It's Christmas, it is. It's a time for the kids. And there are people in this room who do have children, and there are people in this room who don't have children. And the people who don't have children, they think they know, don't they? They think they know. They know what it means to have children. Sometimes they chat about it, don't they, in their little couples? You know, oh, I'd love to start a family one day with you. It'd be lovely. You'd make a really good dad. Oh, I think you'd be an amazing mum. Wouldn't it be so lovely having little versions of you and me running around? I'd love to have a family. And you think you know what you're talking about. You have no idea. You have no idea what it's like. You have no idea how difficult things will become in your life. Things that you don't even consider to be things will become nearly impossible when you have children. I'm talking about things like leaving the house, for example. This is how people without children leave the house. Shall we leave the house? Yes. This is how I leave the house almost every day. Lucas, Oscar, come downstairs. We're late. Why aren't you downstairs? Put your shoes on. I don't know where my shoes are. Put your shoes on. Go and find your shoes. Where did you see them last?
On my feet.
After that, get your shoes on. Come here, come here. Arms up, arms up, arms in, arms in, arms up, arms up, arms in. That's my wife. She's so tired, she can't dress herself.
Arms in, what arms, darling? Where are we going? I want to go to bed. Where are we going, darling?
Darling, you've got Lucas's shoes on your hands. I found your shoes, darling. You put your shoes on. Where's Ozzy? Come downstairs! We're late! Put your coat on.
I don't want to wear my coat.
You know, people without children, you know how you do zips up? I've seen how much time you have in your lives. How you focus on it. You get the one with the fabric. You just pop it in, don't you? It nestles in. Then you pause, thinking about your free life and what you might want to do with it later that day. And then you just glide up, don't you? Do you think I have time for that shit in my life? Every single morning. Yeah, oh, I've ruined it. Stay still. You're gonna have to put another coat on. I can't. I've ruined the zip. I'm sorry. I've made the situation worse. Ozzy! My 3-year-old will never come downstairs. The only way to get him to leave the house is we have to bluff. We have to pretend that we're leaving without him. It's the only way it'll work. We have to all go, bye-bye, Ozzy. We're all going then. We're all going. My other son loves it, the 6-year-old.
We're leaving Ozzy. We're going to stay here. I hate him.
Don't be so rude about your brother. Say goodbye. We're not really leaving. We're pretending to leave, okay? Say goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Ozzy. Bye-bye. But he doesn't care. He just goes,
Bye-bye.
Then we have to come back in and explain to him, we're not really leaving, darling. We love you. It's okay. I'll buy you something if you come. Will you come if I buy you something? This is every single time we leave the house. The other day, we're leaving the house, and I just had enough. I just said to my wife, I'm sorry, I can't do this. We're bluffing. We're saying bye-bye to him. Then my wife says, let's go and get him. I'm like, stop. No, I've had it. No, stop. I cannot go through this every single time we leave the house. It's driving me insane. Okay? I say we call his bluff. I think he has to learn a lesson. Okay? Let's go. Let's just go. Let's go to Corfu. Let's have a nice holiday. You've no idea what it's like. You childless people. You have no idea. Driving. You go driving. You drive in cars, don't you? Driving along. Yay. What's the biggest drama you have to put up with? Oh, it's a bit chilly. Oh, put the blower on. Oh, that's nice now. Oh, look, they've opened a new Carluccio. We should go there. We could go there any night. We could go there any night. Oh, what's this song? I love this one. Freedom! Freedom! I strap my children into the car. I work out what'll cut off the blood supply, then I ease it a bit. Stay there! We try and behave normally. Oh, what's this song? It's The Wheels on the Bus Go. Again! Look, there's a new Carluccio's there. We will never go there. The other day I was checking my children in the rearview mirror to see that they're safe. We're on the motorway, okay? You just angle it to check that they're both okay because, you know, you're looking after them. Neither of them were there. They had both wound the windows down and had their heads on the motorway out of the window. Yeah! Both of them, either side. Yeah! My wife and I just lost it. They can't hear us. They're having the times of their lives. Yeah! Daddy! What you saying, Daddy? On the motorway, going 80 miles an hour to stick my head out of my window to try and communicate with my child. Get in the car! What are you saying? My wife's doing it too. Get in the car! What is it, Mummy? All four of us had our heads out of the window. Meanwhile, a childless couple is driving past. Oh, look at the kids. I'd love to start a family one day. You have no idea what you're talking about. Sleeping. Sleeping at night. This is how people without children. Yeah, most nights, yeah. Good night, darling. Good night. Good night. Sometimes you go, sleep well, and the other one goes, I will. I will. That's how cocky, how arrogant you are. I will, I know I will. Good night, darling. Have a good sleep. Good night. It's been a long time since my wife and I said good night to each other, okay? Now we just go, good luck. Good luck to you today. All through the night, they're screaming, Daddy, 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 Mommy, Mommy. Sometimes they just wake up wide awake in the middle of the night. I'm asleep, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I wait, you know, when sometimes you don't realise it, but you sort of half open your eyes. Sometimes when you're asleep, I half open my eyes. My son is in my face. What the hell are you doing here? What time is it? What time is it? 2 o'clock in the morning, what do you want? I want to go to school. Go to school? What are you talking about? It's to go back to bed. I've got my shoes on. You do, you found your shoes. I fixed my jacket. How did you... Oh, done up. What are you doing? It's 2 o'clock in the morning, you idiot. Go to bed. Where's Ozzy? He's by the front door. He's never been there in his life. It's 2 in the morning. You have no idea.
Oh, good evening, everybody. I'm Father Christmas. Joking, I am. I'm not Santa. But I have got a bulging sack. Louis Walsh's eyes have perked up at that. What a night. What a night. Christmas night, best night of the year. And hey, look at our audience. Some of the biggest names in British show business are at home watching this right now. Where's the beautiful Carol Vorderman? Oh, you do it for me, Carol. Carol, you know you do it for me. I've told you before now. And the fact that you are, 20 feet away from me, proof positive that an injunction isn't worth the paper it's written on. And I'll be honest, Carol, I regret taking it out now, I really do. And you've just started on Loose Women.
I love it.
I bet you do. I started on Loose Women a long time ago. Port Talbot, 1985. I'm smelling somebody Welsh here. Where are they? Where's the Catherine Jenkins and Gethin Jones? What a delightful Welsh pair. Stop it. Stop it. Catherine had the fastest-selling opera album of all time. She holds 4 Guinness World Records, and she was the first artist to be #1 and 2 in the classical charts at the same time. And Gethin is her fiancé. Does she sing a lot at home?
She does, yeah.
Would you do the vacuuming? Would you tidy up your room? That's not bad. Come on, Catherine. Will you give it back to me? Will you give it back to me? Oh, Catherine, Christmas time is special.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah. Lovely. Okay. She's here. She's here. Lulu, how are you? I love you. You look fantastic. You have the glow that can only come from having a winter fuel allowance. Oh my God. Holly Valance. Hey, Holly. Oh, with her partner, the wonderful Mr. Nick Candy. We saw you on Strictly. You were always there, Nick, supporting her. That was lovely to see. And Holly, you and Nick, I know how much they love Christmas. Holly Valance and Nick Candy, they love Christmas. They're traditionalists. I can picture them now. He's admiring the holly bush. And she's sucking on some candy. No, don't do that. Stop it. Stop twisting it. Holly, it's lovely to have you here. All our lovely celebrities, give them a big round of applause. And a Merry Christmas to you all!
Good evening, Leeds! Hello! So, yes, I'm Jack. I'm 22 years old, and I'm ashamed to say I still live with my parents. Which is very, very hard, because my dad is very old. He's 70 years old. He's very old-fashioned. Old-fashioned, racist. Not like proper, he's not like Nick Griffin. Nick Griffin, who I've decided, terrible person, but does make very entertaining television. And the proof is in the little racist pudding. Because more people tuned in to watch Nick Griffin when he was on Question Time than have ever bothered to watch an episode of that show in the history of it as a programme. And it made me think, I reckon a couple more of these shows with dwindling viewing figures play the Nick Griffin card. Weakest link, that's boring as shit. You put Nick Griffin on, I'll watch it. Who are you voting for this week, Nick? I'm going to vote for Narinda. Why are you voting for Narinda? Because she said that's all we've got time for. But no, it's very hard living at home because basically I've always been a bit of a mummy's boy and I can't help it. Like, when I was younger, I wish my mum had made me play sport because I wish I'd been good at sport at school, but I wasn't. My mum let me do what I want. And look at me now. I'm 22 years old. Can I play sport to a level where I get to earn thousands of pounds a week? No. Can I play football to a level where I get to date when a girl's allowed? No, I can't. Do you know what I can play? I can play recorder to grade level 7. Do you realise how little sexy time you get from playing Frere Jacques? Very little. And my mum lied to me. She said, oh no, women love a musician, not a recorderist. The only way I'm going to get a girl into my bed by using the recorder is if I knock her out with it. I found school very hard, I did. Because I think a lot of the stuff that we were taught at school was completely pointless. The worst one was French, right? I was taught French at the age of 16. I gave it up. I've forgotten all the French that I was taught, other than one phrase. One phrase that is ingrained into my memory that I will never be able to dispel. And that is the phrase, où est la piscine dans La Rochelle? Yeah. Because the textbook used in UK schools for the past 30 years to teach us French is a textbook called Tricolore. Now, the geniuses at Tricolore decided they would set every single hypothetical scenario where you have to ask for directions in France in a town called La Rochelle. I did a little bit of research about La Rochelle recently. It turns out it's a northern industrial town in France with a population of 32,000, which is half of Grimsby. I doubt they even have a swimming pool, but we all know how to get there. Why? Because the French were screwing with us. Imagine them having their little meeting. Christophe, Pierre, come here. I see we need to discuss where we're going to set the textbook for the English tourists. Well, what about Paris? A very popular destination. Let's set the book in Paris. No! I live in Paris. I do not want the English pig dog, j'adore le cavalry pieces of shit in my town. We need to find somewhere else. Well, what about Marseille? Marseille is a very popular destination de la sud de la France. No. I have friends and family that live in Marseille. I do not want Barry and Rachel on a camping holiday asking for directions to my mother's bibliothèque. We need to find another town. Well, may I ask Christophe, Pierre, everyone else present on this meeting here with a very stereotypical French name that includes you, Jean-Paul, does anybody live in the town of La Rochelle? Well, no, of course, no one lives in La Rochelle. It has a population of 5%. It is the only place in France that does not even have a swimming pool. What we need to do is get our own back on the French kids. Yeah. We need to send them a textbook that is set in Crew. Yeah. Let's see how they like that when they come over here with their poxy little English. Christophe, what ici? Excuse me, sir, bonjour. Do you have any directions? Aye. You and your little friend can turn around and you can piss off. I get very annoyed by advertising. I think the worst adverts, though, by far and away, on television, are the government adverts that you get. Because they're always very, very aggressive, but they're always for the most menial crimes. It's always for, like, TV license or video piracy is a crime. You could end up in jail. It's not a real crime, is it? Are you telling me that if I went down to my local prison, I'd overhear conversations in jail cells between cellmates getting to know each other? So, what are you in here for? I murdered my family in their sleep, smothering to death my own parents with my bare hands. What about you, pretty boy? I recorded the Harry Potter film on my Sony Ericsson. Do you like Quidditch? And it seems the more aggressive the advert is as well, the more menial the crime is. Like, you turn it on, it's like, look at you. You're pathetic. You're worse than a sex offender. I hate you. Everybody hates you. I hope you get cholera. It's a criminal offence. You could end up in jail with a maximum prison sentence of 25 years. And all your family and loved ones hating you and wishing you suffered from a degenerative disease. Don't fish without a rod licence.
Hello. How are you? All right. I'll give you a couple of seconds to readjust, because I recognise I come as quite the anticlimax. Down and out. Oh, yeah! Oh, dear. Seriously, though. It's important how you talk, because people decide very quickly whether they can be bothered to listen to you or not. And the best tip I ever got was from a teacher, because it's important that teachers are heard, because they impart, serious facts. My teacher, the best teacher I've heard was my technology teacher. To make us listen at school, what he used to do, every now and again, he'd put a little speech impediment on, right? Not a big one, just sometimes at the end of sentences, he'd make a little noise. So we'd be sat round and he'd go, don't forget, lads, if you are going to do a dovetail joint, just reinforce it with some PVA glue. And that was it. That is poetry when you're 15. That is one lesson you are never missing. And of course, it's genius for a teacher, because we were listening out for it, accidentally learning stuff. And I think he knew, because as a reward, he'd always do a nice big one at Christmas. Like, don't forget, lads, that will be on the exam. School was the last time I was really happy with myself, I think. Because school, you don't know who you are, you're still learning. You go to university to find out who you are, and I went to university and found out I'm a prick. Yeah, it's a real blow to me. I have compulsions about cleanliness, which are not kept by most students. You go to university to find out you're cool, you try drugs, you have sex. I found out I like stuff tidy and in its place. Which is devastating when your flatmates are bursting into your room going, "Well, I got a spoon up my arse, let's do some and go out." I was more like, well, why don't we wash that spoon? I'm much happier on my own. I'm very angry when I leave. When I go out now, I'm a very angry person if I see things done how I, don't think they should be done. Like when I drive, generally I don't assert my anger because I'm aware I've got a punchable enough face as it is without provoking the matter. But it's only when I drive I become Mr. Confident because my brain goes, "Ooh, John, I've had a quick scan round and you're wrapped in metal now." That's the definition of RoboCop, isn't it? So when I'm in my car, I love my horn. I really love to blast the horn. And there's a lot of cliches about small men who blast their horn. I just do it to get it out of my system. If someone cuts me up, I want them to know they've done it. So I'll just, "Screw you, society." The problem is I drive a Ford Fiesta. That's not the most masculine horn on the market, that one. What's supposed to come out as "screw you, society" tends to come out as "stop it!" But it ruins... I've been single for a long time now, because you need to have a certain confidence, I think, to get in a relationship. You need to be able to go up to some... My friends love it. My friends that are single love being able to go up to strangers in a bar and know that they know nothing about them. I hate that. I'd rather, if I see someone I like, I'd rather just go up to them, give them a laminated list of everything I'm good and shit at. There you go, that's the full package. You see what you think? I'll just be over here crying into a drink. But my friends love that. Oh, yeah, what do? I'm a ninja. Probably not a ninja, then they wouldn't have seen you. Otherwise, pretty crap at your job. But then they go back, and the sex thing, it's confidence in sex now is crucial. They love the fact that you can go back with someone and go, you'll probably never have had it like this before. And, you know, I can do that, but it's more of a, you'll probably never have had it like this before. I don't know if you've ever been with what they call a crier.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me first. I got married at 22 and divorced at 29. Have I got any divorcees in? Give us a cheer. Some really happy people, well done. Have I got anybody in here who's married? Give us a cheer if you're married. You sound as happy as that fella up there. Never mind, your time will come. Who's married at the front? Give us a wave if you're married. Let's have a look. Nice lady, how long have you been married? 3.5 years. Oh, you're nearly done. When I got divorced, I moved back in with my mum and dad. That's not good, is it? No. When we first split up, somebody said it was like a bereavement. It's one of those stock phrases that roll out to people who've never thought of peeing on the husband's toothbrush. I'm not telling them. Time's a healer. Plenty more fish in the sea. My own personal favourite. I never liked him. That was me mum. Still get the how are you head tilt. How are you? Just want to get it straight. It isn't like a bereavement at all. Because if he died, I'd have had me mortgage paid. And I could have danced on his grave. When we first split up, I wanted to see a counsellor, and she suggested that I read Paul McIntyre's How to Mend a Broken Heart. Got to page 30, and I slept with a 23-year-old. It's not what it said. It's what it should have said. Because it really bloody worked. When I bought the book, I bought it off Amazon, and underneath it said, customers who bought this also bought suicide isn't always the answer. Because it sometimes is. But when I became newly single, a friend of mine bought me a teapot for one cow. She's not my friend anymore. She's not even alive anymore. She's alive, she's just heavily disfigured. Some kind of teapot-related incident. But I had a bit of a New Year's resolution this year, decided that I was going to start watching me weight. I realised watching me weight doesn't imply that it's going to get any less, does it? Just like I'm documenting how fat I'm going to get. But I think because my downfall is cakes and puddings, I don't really drink an awful lot, and I was going to say I don't do drugs, but I did have a space cake once. I just heard the word cake. I just found it really dry. I mean, I might not know drugs, but I do know cake. I just think a bit of buttercream wouldn't have gone astray. It's almost like they hadn't thought about the cake part at all. But I think I'm like everybody else in that there are bits of me I really don't like, and I really don't like my legs. And recently I decided, sod it, nobody cares but you, just wear a skirt. So I wore a skirt, and on the first day of wearing a skirt, I got whistled at by a builder. How good is that? Wasn't so much a wolf whistle as he went... It's not the same thing at all, is it? It's like you would a little dog. But I did, in a moment of stupidity recently, I did toy with maybe getting myself some thigh-high boots. And sort of fishing for a compliment, I said to my sister, where would I get thigh-high boots that would fit my thighs? And she said, well, trannies must get them from somewhere. But I've been going through things that have been in storage and deciding what to keep and what to bin, and I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with my wedding dress. Let's get some suggestions from the audience. What about somebody from the top layer? Tell me, what do you think I should do with my wedding dress? Give us a suggestion. Burn it. Oh, did you hear that straight away? Bill even finished my sentence. Burn it. Are you all right? Somebody give him a cuddle up there. Burn it. That's a bitter man, isn't it? Burn it. Put the ex-husband in it and just burn it. Pretty sure that's murder. What about a suggestion from the lovely ladies in the front here? What about any of you lovely ladies? Give me a suggestion. What do you think? Oh, you're conferring. That's good. Tell me. Charity shop. I thought about that because there's one not far from where Mum and Dad live. It's always just full of pensioners. And I love the idea of an old lady buying it for like £4 and just twirling. Lovely. Bless. Some people often suggest that I sell it. As an audience, do you think there's much of a market for a second-hand wedding dress, yes or no? Yeah, for some fellas. Did you hear the fellas? Yes. Get a cheap one. And if we can get the flowers from a graveyard. They're quite a nice, normal audience. I sometimes get quite weird suggestions. The weirdest one I've ever had, this guy said to me, totally straight face, I think you should wear it and follow him round in it. And I looked at his girlfriend who was sitting beside him as if she was going to go, what's he like? And she just went... That's not my favourite one. My favourite one I've ever had. Somebody said I should wear it on first dates. No, I'm not looking for anything serious. La, la, la. Oh, you've been really nice. But I'll leave you with one thing. I've noticed recently how you can tell as a woman whether or not you're overweight. It's during the throes of passion, when your partner picks you up. Whether or not he says 1, 2, 3 first.
Hello. Hello, good evening, how are you? Good. Don't worry, I've never heard of me either. Gotta be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, it's lovely to be here. For those who haven't yet worked out, I'm from Liverpool. Yeah. It just shows the BBC's commitment to ethnic diversity. They could have put me on anywhere, but they thought, no, let's throw them in Manchester and see what happens. And thanks for that, thanks for the applause, because we have this rivalry between us, and it's unnecessary. Let's be honest, it's unnecessary. Between Liverpool and Manchester, what is there? Warrington. And let's be honest, before the Swedes built a shop, we didn't even know it was there. And when the Swedes built the shop, they realised the problems they had. They thought, we're going to build a shop in Warrington. These people are half-breeds from Liverpool and Manchester. Let's make it easy. Let's show them which way to walk around the shop. If you ever go to IKEA and try to walk against the arrows, people scream at you. You can't just go to the marketplace. You've got to go through soft furnishing, even if you don't want anything in soft furnishing. That's why all over the country, people are walking home with 4-foot snakes that they didn't want to buy. And you just buy stuff, don't you? Like we bought a new fridge. And we had a fridge. There was nothing wrong with the fridge that we had. It just wasn't massive. So my wife wanted a new fridge. She wanted a new silver fridge that's the size of a bungalow. So she wanted a new fridge, and because I liked sex, I said yeah. And we got this fridge, and the best thing about this fridge, the big selling point about this fridge, is that you can get instant cold water direct from the fridge, which is, I've got to be honest, that hasn't half changed our lives. Because what we've decided to do is to put the fridge in the kitchen next to the sink. I'm probably saving myself a yard of walking every day. But what that meant is that we had the spare fridge. We had the spare fridge, and there was a time when I was growing up that having a spare fridge was easy. What was that? Well, that was the joke, but but obviously I didn't know I was in a double act. You know what you've just done then? When I walked out here, I had that same feeling that General Custer had. I looked around the room and thought, I'm from Liverpool, these are from Manchester, I'm outnumbered. But you've managed to put them all on my side. Thanks for that. Because you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The garden's the best place. When I was growing up, that's where we put it. Let's be honest, we all would. If you had some spare white goods, they went in the garden. Just so you could show off to the neighbours. You could say, look, I've got a fridge I don't even use. Look at that. And we're doing that well, we've left the plug on it. That's how you used to show off. But you don't now. You can't do that now. It's not acceptable. And you know, kids don't play with fridges in the same way we used to play with fridges. You know, it's not acceptable. In fact, my kids wouldn't know what to do with the fridge in the garden. They wouldn't see it like the adventure that I saw it. You know, my kids, to be honest with you, they're posh kids. My kids are posh, spoiled, middle class. My kids are the kids I used to throw stones at, to be honest. And there's some mornings where they're going to the posh schools with the posh satchels. I forget, I'm going, piss off. Sorry, son. You've dropped your lunchbox there, all your couscouses fell out. So there's no point, there's no joy in leaving it in the garden. So what we did, I thought, I'll have to get rid of it. I don't know if anyone's tried to get rid of a fridge these days. It's a nightmare. But I don't know if you're aware of this fact, that if you're from Liverpool, by law, someone in your family has to have a van. It's true. You ask any Scouser you know, they know someone with a van. And so my brother already, he's got the family van. I phoned him up and said, I need the van. I've got to get rid of a fridge. So I took the fridge to the dump. Now, as I say, going to the dump used to be great. You could go to the dump and get rid of stuff. Now you go to the dump, you've got to pass an exam. I turned up at the dump, there's a fella there with a yellow vest and a clipboard who's done an NVQ in clipboard management. I turned up at the dump. He said, what have you got? I said, rubbish. And he said, well, what's in the back? I said, the fridge. He said, whoa, you can't bring that here. I said, why? He said, we've got an environmental policy now. You can't just bring a fridge here. I said, why not? He said, well, fridges have got fairons in. You can't just dump a fridge anymore. I said, well, what has to happen? He said, well, you'd have to phone us up. I said, and then what happens? He said, then we come and get it. I said, who do I ring? This is true, this. I said, who do I ring? And he gave me a number. I'm sat in the van, I've got my phone out. I pressed the number. The phone in his hut rang. He went to the hut, he answered the phone, he said, hello? I said, I've got a fridge. He said, where are you? I said, I'm outside, dickhead.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Very nice to be here. I actually come from the East End of London. Like most East End kids, I messed up my education because they left the gate open. I went to a tough inner city comp with low expectations. In the third year, the careers officer turned up and he asked us what we'd like to do with our lives. The most ambitious kid in the class is Gary Hutton because he wants to drive a van. We erupted. We're like, you dreamer, Hutton. Yuri's never gonna drive a van. No kid from this school has ever gone on to drive a van. Come on out, and you know why this school is here. This school is here to produce the people who carry the stuff to the van. Seemed like a long time ago, my school memories. In my 40s now, getting tired. Don't go out much anymore. I've reached the point, if I queue up to get into a nightclub, and the bouncer says you can't come in, I just look at him and say, oh, thanks, mate. My feet are absolutely killing me, they are. Can't actually remember the last time I ended up out. You know what I mean by this, don't you? The fact that in the UK we drink so much, we have different levels of being out, different types. I'll talk you through them. You pop out just to go to the shops, you've got to get a couple of bits, and you bump into a friend who says, should we have a quick drink? And you go, yeah, only a quick one, though, because I'm very busy. 3 hours later, you're still in the pub. And then what happens is the evening people come in. These people are going out properly. These people are going what we like to call out. Now, the out people come up to you, don't they? And they go, you going to come out with us? And you go, I can't come out. I didn't even come out. I only popped out. The out people don't want to hear this. They look at you, they go, look, you popped out. You've ended up out. You may as well come out. If you've got just the right amount of alcohol in your system, you look at them, you go, you know what? I'm coming out. 5 hours later, you're in some horrendous nightclub. Sinatra's or Cinderella's, some hellhole. You're drunk now, and you feel you've got a crazy story for everybody. And you walk up to people. You go, do you know what? I didn't even come out. I only popped out. Now look at me. I'm out. I think the reason you feel so compelled to keep telling this rather long-winded story, because you're standing there in your carpet slippers. With a pint of milk and a cut loaf.
Oh, no. I'll stop that immediately. That's a little bit over the top there, ladies and gentlemen. But very welcome, I have to say. Thank you so much for that. That was so... Whatever happens next, I'm going to look back on tonight as a great success. So thank you so much. It's good of you. My name is Ardle, by the way. It is a real name. People are always asking me, like, what sort of a name is Ardle? In quite a hostile way sometimes. What sort of a name is Ardle? You know, as if I picked it, like, as if I enjoyed being called Ardle, the big fat Mardle all my life. You think I like... No, I didn't. The truth is, my parents named me after a village in Norway. This is true, by the way, which is best known for an aluminium plant that's been linked with a very serious outbreak of Alzheimer's disease. There's a very weird sense of humour, my parents. Calling me after an environmental disaster zone. I'm just being paranoid, according to my brothers, Chernobyl and Hiroshima. I had a really embarrassing incident earlier on in the week. I was on a train and I offered my seat to a woman. And I started talking to her. She didn't like that, but, you know, I gave her my seat, so the least you could do is have a chat. And I said to her, when are you due? And, of course, I probably shouldn't have said that. I mean, it wasn't the first time. And she looked at me with horror. And, of course, I realised she wasn't actually pregnant. She was just a little bit fat. But quick as a flash, I covered my tracks. I said, when are you due another snack? So, yeah. So it's brilliant to be here in Leeds, I have to tell you that. Last weekend was pretty traumatic. I was at home in Dublin. We were having a family meeting with my family, obviously my brothers and sisters and I. It was a meeting we'd been putting off for a very long time. It was the what are we going to do with Mammy meeting. Now, I don't know if any of you have had that one yet. Ever since the accident, she spends the whole day just looking through the window. I wanted to let her in, but they were having none of it. That's the sort of people I grew up with. So that's what's going on. I should warn you, ladies and gentlemen, due to the very harsh economic conditions everywhere, I've had to cut back on the number of jokes in my set tonight, so I apologise for that. I've had to let all my joke writers go and outsource the whole operation to India. So that's the way it's going. So most of my current material is about arranged marriages and the perils of bathing in the Ganges. So that's not much good to us here in Leeds. But I'm a big hit in Mumbai, so that's something. Sanjeev actually wrote that bit and that bit. So he's getting the hang of it. But I think it's very important that we all look on the bright side, ladies and gentlemen, going forward. We must be positive. And one advantage of the recession is that obese people aren't getting a hard time anymore. You don't read so much about it or anything. Everyone's thinking, oh, they're the clever ones, putting it all away for a rainy day. Mind you, I was reading in the newspaper that some American airlines, they're charging obese people for 2 seats. Can you believe that? That's just a bit mean, isn't it? Of course, Ryanair, crafty as ever, they're on the case as well. They're charging schizophrenics for 2 seats. They always have to go too far, don't they? You hear the latest ruse? They're charging for emotional baggage now, I kid you not. When will it stop? But we've got to try and be positive. My father was an incredibly upbeat man. He was one of these people, he says, the best way to be positive is to live every day as if it's your last day on earth. It's good advice, isn't it? What I do is I spend all day in bed with an oxygen mask and some rosary beads. You should try that. It's not easy to be positive. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Catholic. It's not easy being a Catholic nowadays. I mean, it was never easy being a Catholic, but now with all the scandals worldwide, it's horrendous. I have to tell you, I think the Pope should resign, and I think the cardinals should resign, and I think God himself should seriously consider his position at this stage. I mean, he must have known what was going on. He should quit and be replaced by one of the Hindu fellas with all the arms and the legs. Sanjeev assured me that would get a bit of a titter. It's terrible. You can't have any association with the church anymore. You can't even admit to being a fictional priest anymore. That's what I find personally, you know. It's true. And I don't like saying this, I don't say it lightly, but I think the Pope is a big fat liar. He is. You just know right well when he's apologising to the faithful, you just know he's hiding another priest under his cassock. You just know that. Even the word cassock, it's an anagram of ass and cock. That's how depraved. That's how depraved they are. Yeah. But I think that the truth is, things are pretty grim everywhere. And we've all got to tighten our belts now, don't we? I went out to a restaurant with my wife the other night. I have a wife, hooray. And wives are great. And we went out to a restaurant for an argument. And we were there for a little while. Some of you have wives, you know what I'm talking about. It was the anniversary of our first argument. And we were there for a while. And she had a starter, and I didn't bother myself. And then we went home. And on the way out, I took a huge big handful of mints and an extra coat. So it turned out to be a pretty good night after all. There are so many manly things that I cannot do. I can't even open a bra with any sort of confidence or distinction. That's something all men should be able to do from an early age. Open a bra. Women appreciate a bit of dexterity in that department. I mean, if you don't have a girlfriend, just ask your friend to put on a bra and practice on him, because it's important. Women hate all the awkward fumbling. Oh, God, I'll do it myself. And then, of course, the magic is gone. My wife knows all she has to do is wear a bra, and she's safe from my advances. 2 bras, another one instead of knickers, and she's in violet. You know? Sometimes she slings a bra across the front door, I can't even get into the house. And she keeps all our money in a bra, and our biscuits. But making love is not an unpleasant activity, if memory serves me correctly. But as a term, it leaves an awful lot to be desired, doesn't it? Making love. It just sounds a little bit insipid. It doesn't describe the act effectively. How did you get on last night? Oh, we made love, and then we watched location. It was a really great night. You know, when lads are together, the language is more robust, isn't it? It's more effective. You know, how did you get on last night? I screwed her, I nailed her, you know, I drilled her. It's all DIY terminology, frankly, isn't it? I sanded her down, so I did. I primed her, I applied 2 coats, and I let her dry. There's millions of euphemisms for this activity. It doesn't have to be DIY, it can be anything. Oh, she was leaking, I sorted that out, so I did, you know? I'll leave it on that one, but... yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I think the most important time of the day for anyone here lucky enough to be in a relationship, I think, is the first half an hour after you get into bed in the evening. This is the vital time for all of us who live busy lives. This is the chance to catch up on the day's events and discuss your hopes and your dreams for the future and to blame each other for stuff that went wrong earlier on. And it's also a great opportunity to touch each other, you know. Maybe not like that. That won't get you very far. Anyway, just stop polishing my face there, you freak. It's a very important time of the day. Don't squander it. It also happens to be the time of the day that my wife decides to text every single person she knows. It's infuriating, goes on for hours. The only way I can get her attention in the bed is by text. You know, if you ever move over there, you've got the whole duvet. Then I get a text back. Who is this? So I'm having an affair at the moment. With my wife, I should stress, we're both very lazy people. And basically, it's a game we play. Something I'd like to share with you that you can use in your lives if you need it. I arrive home on a Tuesday afternoon pretending to be my wife's secret lover, wearing a cravat and clogs and special leggings. And we go up to the bedroom and take all our clothes off, and she's going, oh, no, we shouldn't. And I'm going, oh, we should. And what happens only this very good friend of ours called Tony calls around, pretending to be my wife's husband. And, yeah. I had to very quickly put on all my clothes and climb out the window and stay away for about 3 hours.
How are we doing? Are we well? Excellent, you're looking good. So it's lovely to be here in Leeds. I'm from Newham in East London, voted the 3rd worst place to live in Britain. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, quite proud. Beat Hackney, they only came 5th. Who's the daddy now? Who's the daddy is someone being chased by the Child Support Agency. Now, I'll give you an example, right, of what Newham is like, okay? Right, this happened on my local bus, right? The bus is crawling down the bus lane, right? And there's this girl at the back of the bus. Now, I'm not judging, all right? But she was white and chavvy. Now... social group that black people know for definite we can look down on. Straight up. Susie, I look at chavvy types, I go, look, it's you bringing the house prices down now, not us. I'll tell you a couple of facts about chavvy types, right? Ready? Fact number 1, okay, there are more chavs round my way, right? Number 2, yeah, that was it. Right? They don't wear glasses. Right? Apart from Little Ben in EastEnders, but he doesn't really count, bless him. And by the way, the woman that plays him is amazing. Was she one of the Crankies? She's brilliant. I'm Debbie Dorsey. No, they don't wear glasses, right? You will never get a chavvy type round my way, go up to someone and go, oi, mate, I'm going to punch your face in. You won't. The reason? Because there are no opticians in Newham, okay? The closest you'll get to an optician around my way is someone going, oi, oi, look where you're going. That is our opticians. I don't even want to go back. I'm trying to get someone to adopt me. Hey, you could adopt me. Mate, you could adopt me. Do you want to see my adopt me face? Are you ready? It's going to break your heart. You ready? Just £2 a month. Thing is, you just have to beat Madonna out of the way first, though, eh? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on, we hate Madonna. Look how much charity work she's had to do just to get us to like her. She's all over Africa. She's like malaria. But... still searching for a cure. Now, so I'm on this bus, right? This is why Newham is the 3rd worst place to live in Britain. And we did try for 2nd place, but Hull, who knew? Really? Now, right, so I'm on the bus, right? Bus is crawling down the bus lane, and this girl shouts out. She shouts out across the whole bus. She goes, oi, driver, hurry up, mate. Some of us have got to go court, innit? But then she looks around to include all of us in that, because obviously we're all going to court. I was like, speak for yourself. I'm on bail. I'm guessing she's not the judge. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe she is Chantel QC. Can't see it myself. Round our way, it'd be MC Chantel QC. Thank you very much. She'd be there in court going, you're getting 5 years because you mugged that little old lady. But if you're good and if you're lucky, then just maybe. Wait, right? You'll be out in 2 weeks because this system's bare crazy. All rise. That's what you get off her, bless her. Bless her heart. I love that sound that, like, the MCers... Because it was on like, MCers records for a while. They always had that sort of hoo, hoo, hoo. And I always thought, it sounds like an animal, right? But how did they decide that that was the animal sound that was going to go on all their records? Do you know what I mean? Like, did they try other sounds out first? Did they go into the studio and go, bro, I've got an idea, right? Hit record. Check this out, yeah? Check 1, 2, respect is overdue. To reggae music, both old and new. Meow. They should have at least tried it. You know what I mean? I'm really stupid, though. I love stupid sounds. Like, I love the stupid sounds that we used to make when we were little kids. I wish we still did them now. Like, who used to do this when they were little? Who went, I'm telling. Yeah. Excellent. Did you do that? Yeah. You grass. No one likes the grass. But I think we should still do it now in our adult lives. Like, say your mate calls you up, Claire, it's me, I've been having an affair, Darren doesn't suspect a thing, and you just go, I'm telling. This is another one, right? I used to do this when I was a little kid, right? I used to do this. I used to go, and like have a competition with your brothers and sisters to see who could do it the longest. You cheated, you breathe, when I tell him Cool. Some people know what I'm talking about, right? Other people are just staring at me like, what is wrong with her? The people that don't know what I'm talking about, I'll tell you why, okay? You had toys. Okay, the rest of us, we just had, That's all we had. But I want you guys to enjoy this. The people that don't know what I'm saying, I want you to enjoy this. And I want you to bring it into your adult life. I'll tell you exactly when you use it, right? If you find yourself in a bit of an awkward, difficult situation, right? And you don't know what else to say that, right? Picture the scene. Say someone comes up to you and goes, did you realise you were doing 40 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone? And you just turn around to them and just go,
So, good evening. Some weird people about. I was sitting in traffic the other day and I got run over. My grandfather, he can't do what he used to, bless him, you know, bomb the Japanese. My other grandfather, he would never, ever throw anything away. But he died in the war holding on to a hand grenade. My other grandfather, his last words to me were, "You selfish boy," and not long after that I became a fishmonger. My other... selfish. My other grandfather got a metal plaque on his forehead dedicated to a park bench that died. My other grandfather, he broke his leg by standing on a doormat. Probably should have explained to him the concept of a helter-skelter. Students can study all sorts of things these days, but then the exams are a lot easier. I know this because I recently passed an exam in cheerleading. I just went in and said, "Give me an A," and they did. I just went back to my old school. First time in 20 years, I took a note. I went back for the funeral of my old science teacher. They asked me to say a few words, so I did. Method. We put the coffin in the crematorium. Observations. It burned with an orangey bright flame. Conclusion. No more homework. I was talking to a nurse the other day. She said the main problem facing the NHS is Holby City. Actually, she might have said obesity. But she was eating a cake at the time. I think if I'd unlimited money, I'd hire 2 private investigators and get them to follow each other. I'd just like to say to the old man who was wearing camouflage gear and using crutches who stole my wallet earlier, you can hide, but you can't run. I was walking along today, and on the road, I saw a small dead baby ghost. Although, thinking about it, might have been a handkerchief. Tricky, isn't it, if you've got to text someone that one of their relatives has died, and your name is LOL. May he rest in peace. LOL. This year I went home for Christmas. Couldn't get in the door. Too many granddads. So what's it like then to have voices in your head, I hear you ask? Hopefully I've got a book coming out soon. Shouldn't have eaten it, really. Well, it's great to have been here. I'll leave you tonight with this. My other grandfather. I remember years ago being in his house, and on the table there was a chocolate cake. And he looked over at me and he said, "Go on. No one's looking." I said, "What, really?" He said, "Go on. No one's looking." So I got up and I punched Grandma.
Hello, Glasgow. Yeah. It's a pleasure to be back on the Comedy Roadshow in Glasgow. Last series, I was in Edinburgh. Last series, Edinburgh. Don't boo. You don't need to boo it. They're nice people. You know? Edinburgh and Glasgow, same country, very different cities. In Edinburgh, when a gun goes off, it's 1 o'clock. And we'll leave it at that. It's good making a bit of national TV now. I've got a regional accents always sound quite severe on national TV. I never realised I had such a strong accent until I went to the cinema to see a movie called The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. And I don't know if anybody went to the cinema to see this movie. It was pretty deserted, the cinema. I don't think that's a reflection on the movie itself, more the struggle to obtain tickets in the Glasgow area. You know, the automated cinema ticket booking line. They do not do Glasgow accents. I phoned up and it's quite simple. Welcome to Odeon. Please state which branch of Odeon you would like to purchase tickets for. Now that's quite straightforward, because there's one word in the English dictionary designed to be said in a Glasgow accent, and it's Glasgow. And then I began to encounter some difficulties. Okay, please speak slowly and clearly, stating the full name of the movie you would like to purchase tickets for. If you'd like to hear a full list of movies again, please press 1. The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Please speak slowly and clearly, stating the full name of the movie you'd like to see. If you'd like to hear a full list of movies again, please press 1. The Taking of Pelham. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, I just gave up. I thought I'll show up early and buy my tickets face to face. Old school ticket purchasing. However, I picture some Scottish nationalist who would see this as a form of linguistic repression and remain on that phone for as long as it took. The Taking of Pelham. 1, 2, 3. I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. English bastards! Thank you, you have chosen Inglorious Bastards certificate. So I still live in this city here. I've recently moved out. I no longer live with my parents. Now it's quite cool. Now you get a bit of freedom, a bit of independence that you long for as a young person. From the very first moment you got your taste of independence, when word had spread in your school that somebody's mum and dad were going away for the weekend and that the person was having a party. The person never knew they were having a party. Perhaps having would be the wrong choice of word. They were getting a party. When I was growing up, it was called an empty. That's what we call it. It derives from somebody had the house to themselves. They had an empty house, thus they had an empty. Now, you mustn't confuse the empty with the high school parties that you see in American movies. Hey, man, do you guys know a kid called Chad Hogan? Yeah, everybody knows Chad Hogan, dude. He's like the coolest kid in high school. Well, Chad Hogan's mom and dad are going away to Long Island for the weekend, man. There's a party at Chad Hogan's place? Yeah, spring break! Then it shows you Chad Hogan's party. The guy's booked a band for his living room. Everybody's nodding with these plastic cups of beer, going, great party, Chad, yeah, woo! A bedroom door swings open, some guy emerges. Guess who got the third base last night? Yeah! The guy's about 35 years old. That's the kind of parties we had. We never had spring break. We had the Easter holidays. A lot more tension in an empty, you know, somebody's psycho cousin would disrupt the ambience by announcing they'd purchased 12 cans, drank 2, spilt 1, but only had 7 left. Turn that music off, I've got a can thief, turn that off. People are crying with attention, this guy. Somebody else in the corner smoking a joint and blowing it into a Labrador's face. An intelligent dog as well, and it's sitting there frazzled. Put a bit in its bowl, eh? Ah, come on. Hey, it's the dog's weekend as well, right? Eh? Something in the kitchen, get a hang of custard cream. Another guy just trying on people's jackets. Do you think this one suits me? Not even asking, does it fit me? Does it suit me? The guy's a petty thief, but he's also a fashionista. You need to look your best, the same guy that's leaving the house at the end of the night holding a microwave. I think you'll find I brought this with me. And I don't care for the accusations. I mean, why would I steal a microwave? Have we got any religious people in? I don't mean that in a Catholic, Protestant, let's wreck the place. I just mean I don't really know. I'm neither religious nor atheist. I don't have a clue. I think you need to make up your own theories. No, at school, I would always take religion over science, because science was quite difficult. Right? You had to remember stuff and read stuff, whereas religion was a laugh. Just some guilt-ridden women reading from the Bible to a class full of hyperactive adolescents, pissing themselves laughing at a cock and balls on the blackboard. You grow up really thinking there's a God and he created the world, and if you live a good life, you go to heaven, live a bad life, you go to hell, and that sounds like a good plan. But then you think, if there's a God, why is there so much war, corruption and greed in the world? I think you need to make up your own theories. I've combined a bit of religion and a bit of atheism and came to the conclusion that maybe God created the world, but then he pissed off. He's God, he's going to have more than one property, right? Maybe he's left us an empty in the world that we live in. And that's why there's war, corruption and greed, because all good house parties get a bit out of hand. Maybe God will come back one day and go look at the state of this place. You'd have people like Robert Mugabe and George Bush heading for the exit. He never thought he was coming back. Do you see his face? He was raging. Do you see his face? The Pope sitting there. The Pope knows he's getting grounded. I'll speak to you in a minute, Pope.
Good. Hey, nice one. Thank you. How are you? Michael McIntyre, everyone. How good's he? What a legend. The Apollo. Look at this. Is anyone else thinking they've scrubbed it up quite nice, haven't they? Well, it's nice how it's on the telly. When we usually it's a right shithole, isn't it? But look at it. It's well nice. Good work. Hardwick. I mean, a lot of these cameras are not going to make it back to London. You know that, don't you? So, good. So, my wife's pregnant at the moment. We're expecting twins in the summer, and we're all very excited, yeah. And she was getting very broody at work. Like 5 women in the space of a month got pregnant. She was like, "Oh, it must be something in the water." I'm like, "Well, unless it's sperm, don't matter, does it? There's no actual correlation there, is it? It's just coincidence, really." No, she's very broody all the time, my wife. And we were trying for kids for ages, and we were trying. And after a while, you think maybe there's something wrong. You know, you get to that point. And we went to the doctors. And I hope nobody ever has to go through this situation. It's an embarrassing situation. It's awful, right? It's a little bit demeaning sometimes. And we went in, and luckily nothing was wrong. It all happened fine. But we went in and we met this doctor, Dr. Barron, as well. That's not who you want to meet when you're talking. I was like, is there anyone else available? Dr. Low Sperm Count or something? What's going on here? Anyway, she dealt with it fine, right? She asked me wife a load of questions. Then she turned to me, right? She says to me, "Right, Mr. Manford, how many times on average a week do you masturbate?" Oh, God, a week. I left my diary at home, like, like you keep a tally of it, you know what I mean? She was like, "Come on, how many times?" My wife is proper laughing as well, like, sweat is pouring down my back. I said I don't really, you know, I'm too... Busy, too busy. She says, no, come on, we're all adults. How many times a week? I said, just, you know, the average amount, really. Whatever the national average is, that's me. Bang on in the middle there. Whatever the neighbours are doing, that's me. Keeping up with the Joneses, that's me. She said, well, what's the average? I said, well, I don't know. You're the expert. I don't know what's going on here. In the end, I just had to guess. Right, I thought, right, I'm just going to have to go for it. So I just went, 5? That's above the average, right? I don't know if anyone... The average is 2.5. I don't know who's having half of one. Right? I don't know... Who's that bloke? On a Friday. I think we'll leave it there, folks, and pick that up first thing Monday morning. I'm looking forward to being a dad. I'm looking forward to it, because dads are amazing. They can do stuff that nobody's ever taught them. You know, like changing a plug with a butter knife. That's never something that... That's in no DIY manual, that, is it? Give it here, I'll sort that out here at the kitchen table. Don't worry about it, there we are. Is that live? That live, that? Shut that live. And parents are important. They teach you, of course, they teach you everything. I mean, dads are less important, I think, in the sense that most of the stuff they do is just made up. You know what I mean? They've made it up. They're liars, aren't they? Dads are liars. And nothing serious. Like the classic in our house, and you might have had this, it's a classic all over this country, you might have heard this before, is when the ice cream van comes round, when he plays his music, that means he's got no ice creams left, doesn't it, right? And that, in our house, was a fact, OK? I mean, to the point where you'd seen a line of kids outside, you go, Dad, them stupid kids out there. They're deaf or something. What's going on there? Don't they know the truth like me and you? Anyway, I'm off to college. Right, you know, those lines would stay with you forever, wouldn't they? My dad told us that black puddings lived at the bottom of the garden, right, that they were little animals. And every morning, he'd go down, he'd catch a few in a net, take the legs off, poke their eyes out, put them in a pan, have them for his breakfast. Now, that's quite cute at home. Makes you sound like a right knobhead at school, though, it does. No wonder we got bullied. What are you doing this weekend, Jake? Go on black pudding hunting with my dad. But the worst one my dad did, I remember I was always a little bit in trouble. My brother was in trouble. We'd always fight. And my dad, he was working nights, so one of the rules was you just got to be quiet all the way through the day, really quiet. And he'd be fast asleep upstairs. And me and my brothers, even when we were proper fighting, he'd still be on mute. It was amazing. And my brother would wind me up. He'd come running in from playing football, all hot and sweating. He'd go to the fridge, he'd start drinking milk straight out of a 4-pinter. I could see bits of sweat going off his lip onto the milk. That's going on my ready break, innit? I don't need that. So what I'd do as an 8-year-old is I'd hide behind the fridge and I'd jump out, squeeze it in his face dead hard. Now, that's quite humorous now when we're adults, right? When you're 8, that is the funniest thing you will ever see. Until it starts seeping out of his ears and his nose, and then you've come to a new level. And he'd be like, Dad! Dad! I'd be like, shut your mouth. I will kill you. Which often made it worse, obviously, you know. And then I did that worst sound of my childhood, my dad's foot hitting the floor upstairs. Obviously, I didn't swear. I was only 8, like, crikey. Right, written all the vino, you know. And then we start coming down the stairs like... When you make it into the kitchen, you go, right, what's gone on here then? Even though dads, they already know. My dad is like something out of CSI Manchester, something like that, you know. Spilt milk coming out of his ears, all right, I've worked it out. He's like Columbo, he's worked it out in the first 5 minutes, but like Columbo, he likes to drag it out over an hour. All right, what's going on? Huh? And he'd throw this extra thing in, my dad, he'd go, right, stick your tongues out. What? I don't know if anyone did it. Stick your tongues out. Why? Because it's well known, a liar's tongue turns bright green straight after the lie. Oh, does it? I didn't know that. So my brother, not been lying, tongue straight out. Nice and pink. Me, who had been lying, think I'm not falling for this, I'm going to keep my green tongue in my mouth. I think I've won this one. That's a couple of dads going, I'm having that when I got home, that's going in. And honestly, it works a treat. And then he'd drag us up. We didn't have a phone at home, so he'd drag us up to the phone box. Right, up to the dial this number. Hello? Is that Chief Inspector Williams, Greater Manchester Police? You'll go to prison. prison? I'm only 8. I don't care. If you're old enough to push milk in your brother's face, you're old enough to go to prison, all right? Which is not a phrase I've heard since, but he swore by it. Yeah, he's been bad again. All right, yeah. Then the phone will come to me. It's Chief Inspector Williams here, Great Manchester Police, and if you're bad again, I will come round with the van and the dogs, take you to Strangeways Prison for 15 years.
Don't do that! I was only 8, I wouldn't last in prison.
And you wouldn't either, would you? What are you in for, mate?
Pushing milk in my brother's face.
Tough first day. And that used to happen every week for about 6 years to me and both my brothers. And I never realised, but we stopped ringing Chief Inspector Williams shortly after my granddad died. just never put 2 and 2 together all those years. Thinking back now, he didn't even change his voice. It was just him. He wasn't even acting. I just believed it so much. The weird thing was, my nana, she had the exact same voice as the woman who owned the orphanage. I never got to the bottom of that. But the granddad one, I only worked it out as well. I've got another little brother now, he's 8 years old, Niall, and my daddy rang me up out of the blue, I was in Tesco's or something. I went, hiya, he went, hiya. That Chief Inspector Williams, Greater Manchester Police. I will not be part of your lie, old man. It ends right here.